king, I am not a god, I am Humpday!
What's good YouTube and welcome Tano. In today's video I will show you how to mod your Excalibur Umbra for level 9999 steel path enemies or known as level cap in Warframe. Let me show you first what this Warframe capable of. Welcome back Tano. I hope you enjoyed this speedrun. I know it's really shocking how Excalibur can kill with his abilities, but there is a trick in there and I will explain everything when we come to the build. Now, as always, before I build a weapon or warframe, I rely on my method called DVS. D stands for how I'll be dealing damage, V stands for how I'll proc 10 stacks of fire on enemies to make them vulnerable by 325% more damage to their HP. S stands for stripping enemies armor. We don't care about armor, but lowering armor will lower the damage reduction on enemies, leads to higher damage. Next thing you need to learn is shield gating, so everything makes sense for you in Warframe and the build I'm gonna show you in a second. Now, in Warframe, not like any other game, when you receive a fatal blow, you don't actually die, but you lose your shield first, and then you enter the yellow part, which is the gate. Okay, now, when you reach the gate, you become invulnerable for a duration. That duration is affected by how much shield you have. Now, it's capped at 1150 shields for 2.5 seconds invulnerability. Hildring can go for 3.5 seconds, but that's irrelevant right now. And then, if you don't return your shield before that invulnerability duration finish, you get hit in your HP, and then you die. Toxin can bypass your health, that's why you want to roll guard or cleanse yourself somehow. So, shield gating technically is this: you lose your shield, you bring it back before the gate and vulnerability duration ends. And as always, we take beginner's friendly approach, explaining Excalibur Umbra for Thanos trying to learn about it. He's passive. When you come out from your Warframe as a transference, the Excalibur Umbra will start running around and shooting enemies. Now, the attacks 10% faster and deals 10% more damage while wielding swords. That's the separated passive. So Umbra has two kind of passives. One, when you transfer out, your Warframe will start attacking, and the second one increasing the 10% and damage and attack speed on your swords. Slash dash is the one we're relying on for today's video. Slash and dash through enemies alongside a radial spectre. That powerful exalted blade slashes and inflicts slash status, and it got an augment called surging dash. Each enemy hit during slash dash further increase your melee counter by 8. We're not gonna rely on this one because we're gonna lock the combo multiplier at 12. Why we care about combo multiplier? Because slash dash is affected by ability strength and melee combo multiplier. Slash dash gain 25% additional damage for each combo multiplier up to 3.75. And if you're using the Vinca, because the Vinca reaches 13 combo multiplier, you can reach 4-time combo multiplier. Also, it affected by damage buffs like the primary pressure point, steel shards, or Fury, you can see it right here. Physical damage mods, elemental damage buffs, and the critical chance buffs, the critical damage buffs, the statue chance mods, and combo count mods like True Punishment. And also, it's affected by the Incarnal Evolution. And when it says Incarnal Evolution, I can think of two: Ceramic Dagger and the lovely Magister. But for today's videos, I will go with Ceramic Dagger, okay? Because it gives you the option where you, with your melee, with your primary, you can get your combo, and especially the Ceramic Dagger is available on the Incarnon rotation. The moment I'm releasing this video, that's pretty much why. Alright, so that's this ability. Excalibur's second ability, Radial Hole. You let out Furious Hole that stands nearby enemies, blinding them and opening them for finisher. It got an augment called the Radiant Finish. Enemies take 300% more finisher damage when they are blinded with Radial Hole, of course. Now, this ability can help you a lot when it comes to melee crescendo to build up your combo, but in case you want to use it or not, that's totally up to you, but it's optional. Now, but it makes sense for his synergy and kit, right, to make use of all the stuff. Now, Radial Javelin. Radial Javelins impale nearby enemies, inflicting slash status. Also, it got Furious Javelin. Each enemy hit will increase Excalibur's melee damage by 15%, and that 15% is affected by ability strength, so you can reach crazy amounts of ability of melee damage increase up to 700%, and whatever makes it really powerful. Augment right here for our slash dash to be able to kill level cap, and that's pretty much it. Now, Exalted Blade. I don't really like to use the Exalted Blade, but feel free to use it if you want to. The build I'm gonna show you, it's not necessarily needing a Helmeth ability, so the decision is yours. Summon a Sword of Pure Light and Immense Power. Got an Augment Chromatic Blade. Exalted Blade damage type changes depends on Excalibur Immersive Color and statue chance, and increase by 300%. This video is not about Exalted Blade, but you can use it if you want to. And the way you play Excalibur is really simple, guys. You blind enemies at some sort of CC, use Radial Javelin to increase your melee damage, and then you're gonna be killing them with Exalted Blade, if you don't have a Helmeth ability in here, of course. Exalted Blade, killing them with that, and every time you lose your shield, you use slash dash to become invulnerable and return your shield, and that's how you play Excalibur. But I find the better way, because he's kinda very weak Warframe when it comes to incoming damage, and I didn't want to build him with shield recharging, okay? I wanted to build him with slash dash, and it makes you invulnerable, and boom, killing all enemies in your way. And now for Excalibur build, and starting with the Archon shards. Now remember, if you don't like my methods on proccing viral and armor stripping enemies, you can check my sheet right here. It can help you maneuver around my methods. 2 Emerald Archon shards to reach 14 stacks of corrosive to armor strip enemies using the Tempest Barrage Helmeth ability from Hydroid. And with the augment will proc viral. So viral and armor stripping just from Tempest Barrage. Alright. Then you got 2 Violet Archon shards. You want them to be 3, honestly. And you want them to be Tau Forged if you really want to go max investment on Excalibur. And then you got the energy more than 500 for the damage boost to be doubled. Simple as that. For the build, we're gonna go like so. Brief Respite. The abilities you cast will consume energy. The energy that's consumed will be converted to shields. And every time you lose your shield, use any ability, boom, your shield is back, you're back to the game, baby. Now, you'd say, Hank, where is the Exilus mod? I wanted to take a challenge to myself, that to take Excalibur to level cap without premature footed and without the hand spring. Okay, I wanted to do it, okay? And to be honest with you guys, without knockdown, it gets a bit tough, as if the enemies catch you between your slash dash, or sometimes, very rarely, you run out of energy, it becomes really handy. So I highly recommend, if you want to be extra careful, I would say use premature footed or hand spring, one of them. If you're going for a full shield recharging, you can try something else, of course. Now, Furious Javelin for increasing melee damage by 15%, but as you can see here, it's 29% per enemy hit with it. Okay, I reached 700, I reached 800, to be honest, really good. Umbra Intensify to fit the Umbra slot. And as you can see here, I didn't compromise his Umbra slots right here. So the build, I think, is really perfect, because I managed to do it without reforma his Umbra slots. Then Stretch for 145 range, Continuity for duration, Transfortitude for strength and minus ability duration, Rolling Guard for bad situations, Viral Tempest for the Tempest Barrage to proc viral, and Primed Throw for energy max, and then Arcane Energize in here for energy, Arcane Fury for melee damage, and you're good to go. And all you need is Exilus slot, but I left that for you to decide if you want to sacrifice one of his Umbra formas, and you're good to go. Sedu was used here and there if you want to perform finishers with Iryu. There you go, I prepared it right here for you. Just hit, While you are mid-air, aim, hit, boom, open them for finisher. Or you can use his second ability Radial Hold to do finishers. Dual Toxicist build in the channel. And now for the ceramic build, there you go. Singing Thorn, Organ, Prime Pressure Points, Pole Strike, Blood Rush, Virulent Scourge, Gladiator Might, Prime Fever Strike, and Galvanized Steel for that juicy 110 critical chance and 1.2 critical damage and melee crescendo for 12 combo multipliers. And we're building it for Toxin in here to affect the total damage and stuff like that. And this is the build. You'll be having tier 3 red crits, 300 critical chance, and you don't need sacrificial pressure and the sacrificial steel combo because you're not performing any heavy attacks, so galvanized steel will be superior. Now, when it comes to the evolutions, Evolution 1, Evolution 2, Evolution 3, you don't need the range really. Evolution 4, increase base critical chance by 30%. Now when it comes to finishers for melee crescendo, you can use, for example, the Aerial mods on your primary. You can use the Bronco Dizzying Round Augment. You can use Vazarin as a Fox Skull, and so on. Or you can use mainly his second ability, Radial Hole, and then you can switch Vazarin to Madurai, but that's totally up to you. Exalted Blade, there you go. This is the build I am using, but this really doesn't really matter. But build it, alright? Have it built and in there for you. Then for the companion, I'm using Shade for that invisibility, Ghost Vacuum to pull the loot, Tenacious Bond for critical damage, Assault Mod for the Sentient to attack, Coolant Leak unleash 10-meter Radial Blast for cold when multiple enemies are nearby, add 3 stacks, 10-second cooldown to slow down nearby enemies, Primary Regen, Duplex Bond for the clones, Contagious Bond, Manifold Bond, and Ambush. When Ghost Invisibility is broken, Shade Owner is granted 240% weapon damage for 3 seconds. And then the Verglass Prime build, there you go. You just need a Riven with critical chance. It doesn't have to be the same Riven. If you don't have a Riven for Verglass with critical chance, it's okay. No worry at all. You just like run it without and you sacrifice the Tenacious Bond until you get a critical chance Riven. First thing I will show you how to perform your finishers. First option is your Vazarin. You use the second ability on your operator and then X when they're in the ground and you perform your finisher and you're good to go. Second option is using, which is the one you want to use mainly, using the second ability on your Warframe and you open them for finisher and then you go one by one and you take them all down. Boom. Okay. I mean, at level cap, you will face a little bit problem of damage at finisher if you die, but that's totally up to you. Then you got the aerial mods. You just jump, aim, and hit. They're stunned, and you can perform a finisher. Jump, aim, hit, and they're stunned. You can perform a finisher. Then you can use the Bronco. You just hit them, they're stunned, and you're good to go. Or you use Naramon. Okay, you use second ability on your operator, and then you slink. You open them for finisher. That's pretty much it. Now we have 12 combo multiplier. You activate your incarnate form, and you're good to go. Next thing you want to do is use the third ability to increase your melee damage by 537%. That's that. And make sure the ceramic dagger is always in your hand. You don't need your primary or secondary. You don't need any other weapon. Okay. And then you want to do is stun them with the second ability. So make sure they are stunned. And then what you want to do, use the first ability. And let the fun begin. Now, would you look at that? Mamma mia. That's insane. And you take them all down. Level 220 heavy corrupted gunners. Look at that. Now make sure that you get always your damage increase from your the melee damage increase from your second ability. Right? Boom, boom, boom. Now that's without full DVS. You saw the damage, how much it is. Now let's look at it one more time. Look at that. Like you get 205,900,000 in there, which is nice. That's tier 3 crits and stuff like that. Now, if we use the third ability and then we use a full DVS, that means we armor stripping the guys. Let's go. 14 million. You see the increase I'm talking to you about? This is why 9 million all the time, baby. 14 million, baby. Without the incarnate form activated, by the way. Alright, let's do it one more time. There you go. Full DVS. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Boom. 6 million. Look at that. And this is how I managed to do level cap 16 million. This is how exactly you do it. Okay, when you are invisible, the damage will be increasing anyway. Third ability, second ability, boom, and then you just take them down. 16 million, baby. Let's go. There is no outsourced damage increase. 17 million, baby. All right, and that's how you take your Excalibur to level cap without dying and staying alive. Hank Pain 2025. Okay, so if we release the enemies right now, and they will be start attacking you and all. As you can see, when I use the first ability, I'm not breaking my invisibility. When I'm using Tempest Barrage, I'm not breaking my invisibility. Second ability, third ability, everything is perfect. So don't worry about shade. It will break when you are going in an operator, as it thinks it's a weapon. Every time, for example, they hit you and you lose your shield, you'll just tap on the first ability and that's it. The first ability doesn't give you only shield gating. It also will give you invulnerability, so you will be totally invulnerable to any upcoming damage. And the fact that the first ability actually can help you to move around. For example, if I want to go there, boom. I want to go there, boom. See that? It helps you actually to move between rooms. And when you're locked in on your on these enemies, you jump or you roll and you'll come out from it. For example, if I attack this guy, up, jump, out, up, jump, out. Or attack this guy, roll, I'm out. Okay? If you don't feel like staying locked in on those guys. Okay? Easy as that. So let me transfer it out so they attack me. Come on, come on, come on. Here I am. Come on. Here. Come on, let's go. Oh my god. They're too busy fighting my sentients right now. Let's summon more enemies. Come on. Here, here, here. Okay, here we go. I lose my shit. Up. See the knockdown? That's the knockdown I talked to you about. See? That's why you want to run Prime Sure-Footed or the Handspring, okay? Lose my shield, boom. Lose my shield, boom. Lose my shield, boom. That's the shield gating I'm talking about, okay? Boom. Previous Spite will do the job. All you have to do is spam the first ability. If you're not secure, keep spamming the first ability. When you're out, you will summon it one more time. Then jump, use the fourth ability. Jump, use the fourth ability. So you can armor strip them and prime them with viral. Very easy. In the end, I want to say Excalibur is really amazing and this build really awesome and I like it. Let me know in the comments below what you think about it. I want to say special thanks to anyone supporting the channel in any way, liking, subbing, commenting, sharing, or joining our Discord community, link in the description. Special thanks to the members Crazy Doctor and the Voiceless One, and the Undisputed Donator, Free Hate, the Donators Kali, Recall, Free Victor, Mr. V, Mika West, Milan, Illinois, and Master. Big love to you all, and see you next time.